Hi guys! Welcome back to another episode of STEM at Home with me, Miss Jenny. Today we are outside on my patio, so if you hear any noises like cars or birds, that's why. Today's actually a really fun episode because we're going to be doing something that is more of an art project, but definitely still involves science. And so we are going to be doing tie-dye with Sharpies. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for this project, you're gonna need Sharpies. You're also gonna need isopropyl or rubbing alcohol. That's 70 to 91% strength. A dropper or a spoon or a turkey baster, something to distribute the rubbing alcohol so it doesn't get everywhere. A piece of cardboard. A piece of white clothing that's made out of cotton. So I have a tank top here and I also have a pair of socks. You might also want something to hold your piece of clothing, but I'll go over that later in the video. And then you'll also need an iron or a dryer, something that's going to seal the color at the end when you're done. So like I said before, I mentioned that there are some things you could use to hold your piece of clothing that you're going to be using for tie-dye. I'm not going to be using either of these today, but I thought I would show you. You could use something like a cup. If you wanted to do just circles on your shirt, you could put your shirt on top and then rubber band it and then drip the alcohol on top. That's one way. You could also use like a cookie sheet or a tray like this, and you could clip your shirt across it to hold it taut for you while you put the alcohol on it. So you could string it across like this, but I'm just gonna wing it. I have my shirt here and I have a piece of cardboard in between just so it doesn't soak to the back. So I'm just gonna work on the front today. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. So to get started, you just have to draw a design. I'm going to be using a bunch of different colors because I took all these Sharpies from work. But this would also be a great time if you have young ones to talk about color science. Since a lot of these dyes are going to be mixing, like tie-dye, you could use primary colors and talk about how they mix to make secondary colors and just color science in general. I'm just going to go ahead and draw out a design that I hope will look good in the end. And then I also have my socks here, which I put cardboard on the inside there so I can just do the top of the socks with a design. So I'll show you how I do it. Now that I finished coloring in my shirt and my socks, I'm going to go ahead and put the alcohol now on the Sharpie designs. Like I said before, you can use a spoon. I'm going to use a little dropper. You could also douse it, that'd be fine too. So what's the science here? Sharpie markers contain permanent ink, which will not wash away with water. Permanent ink is hydrophobic, meaning it is not soluble or it cannot be dissolved in water. However, the molecules of ink are soluble in another solvent or something which can dissolve something else, which here is the rubbing alcohol. The rubbing alcohol carries the different colors of ink with it as it spreads across the shirt, thus creating a cool tie-dye effect. Once you've finished putting alcohol on your pieces of clothing, go ahead and you're going to let them dry completely, and then we will either put them in the dryer or you can use an iron to make sure that the color is sealed in. So my tie-dye shirt and socks are dry now, so I'm going to go ahead and put them into my dryer for 15 minutes. If you don't have a dryer at home, you can use an iron on them for about 5 minutes on a hot setting without steam. Alright guys, so I thought I would show you the finished product. This is the shirt, which I think looks really cool, and then these are the socks that came out, which also look really good. So I hope you give this a try at home. Definitely dousing the things in alcohol was pretty cool, but it makes the dye travel a lot farther So if you do try this at home, again, please tag us or email a picture and I'll put it up on our Facebook page and Instagram. But I hope you guys had fun. Thanks for joining me and I'll see you next week. Bye.